What is going on, guys? It's Kevin here with ModMyMods, and it is a lovely Tuesday afternoon, and it is time for the ModMyMods news update. Today we have just me, myself, and I doing the news today, which is no big deal, but I wanted to talk about a couple things that are happening. Obviously, with the whole shutdown and all that, nothing really has changed here. We're still processing orders, getting stuff out, and really appreciate all of your support and everything that you guys are doing. And obviously, without you guys here, we wouldn't be able to do half the things that we are doing currently. Some of you might have seen the photo that I put together here of myself pretty much crying over my own PC build, which is very upsetting, but it is what it is. So I thought I would at least show you my trials and tribulations of what was actually happening and what's going on. Luckily, I didn't fry anything. Knock on wood. I think that's fake wood, but whatever. Everything seems to be working just fine, and I will have a new setup here shortly. So, that being said, let's jump right on into it. So, as you saw, I did this 500D build. That was actually just a rework of my original PC, which is not anything crazy. Obviously, my home computer is nowhere near as good as what I have here at work, at least yet, until I can afford to buy something nice. But what I did end up doing is put my 4790K 4790K? Yeah, 4790K back into this 500D. And it was just awful. It was terrible. The case itself is kind of not so great to work in, and it's kind of hit or miss when it comes to cable management and that type of thing. As you can see, the back here is just falafel. It's terrible. But I did the best that I could. Tried to just make it a simple, nice soft loop. Soft tubing loop with compression fittings to make sure that, hey, nothing's going to actually die out on me or anything like that. So I was in good shape, or at least so I thought, right? Like, all right, that's not a bad little loop, got a little drain, got a nice Eheims pump and everything like that. That's cool. Well, the other day I noticed that the fluid was starting to go down, and I'm like, all right, well, fluid usually goes down a little bit over time because, well, obviously evaporation is one thing to consider, but mostly because you have air pockets in your loop. And unless you're shaking the case around and doing all that type of stuff in order to get all the air out, you're probably going to have to get rid of some of the air that's inside the system. So I'm like, all right, well, let me check it and take a look, and everything seemed fine. Everything seemed good. I was fine. The water was going down a little bit, but it wasn't anything crazy. So I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll let it go. So last night I went to put in the water block, the Alpha Cool water block lighting, and all I had to do was just install one tiny little male-to-male adapter, plug it into the Splitty 4. Actually, no, not into the Splitty 4, into the Faberwork, the 360 RGB controller. And what ended up happening is that when I went to do that, I noticed something. I felt something on my hand was really what it was. And so the first photo here, you can't really see it very much. And I'm like, all right, well, that doesn't look so great. So I popped the front vent cover off, the dust cover. And when I did that, I don't know if you can tell from the photo. Don't mind the dust here, obviously, because I tried to wipe it up a little. That looks like fluid. I'm like, well, that's not good. What the heck is going on here? And then when I brought it to work today, well, there's clearly a nice drop of water. So I'm like, all right, well, that's not good. Well, luckily, where it happened in the front half of the case here, that it happened on the radiator, we were kind of having a tough time trying to figure out where it was. So I had Joe actually come over with his UV light, and, well, yeah, it had been leaking. Quite a bit, actually. As you can see, you got all this nastiness going on here. That's not so great. So we, further investigation, come to find out that that's actually through the front. That's all the way down the front half of the radiator, which was, not so great. Especially, when you're trying to figure out what's going on. But what ended up happening is that the radiator at the top, there's one, two, three. There's ports on the front side, ports on the back side, and ports on the top. and then you also have a drain port on the bottom. And the top ports must be leaking somehow, some way. One of them, one of the drain plugs, or not the drain plugs, but the stop plug, is actually leaking, which is creating the spot that you see here, and the spot that you see in the pictures here. Because what was happening is it was coming down, it was kind of getting pulled into the radiator, and then going with the fans. Well, you kind of have to take everything apart. And after I had just finished building it, I'm like, I don't really want to take this part. I'm good. Because, like, the radiator comes out with a little, like, a turn, and then you got to pull it out. But because all the fans are connected and they're all wired together and everything like that, you'd have to disconnect all the fans and then pull the thing out, dismount the radiator, see if the stop plugs are actually, sealing the way that they are, and then put it all back in together. No, I'm done. So hopefully in the next week or so, we'll have even better updates and better news for this case, because something, hopefully, will be coming my way that we will be able to replace this thing, this hot trash that I got. So, I'm working on it. I just wanted to keep you guys updated, because it does stink to have a computer that does leak. And luckily for me, it didn't leak in a place that was too terrible, because otherwise it could have really fried some stuff. So, that was my trial and tribulation. Moving on. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was that PNY was doing a lot of sales with their products. That's kind of where I wanted to go to next. Is a lot of things are on sale because people are starting to phase things out. So if you do not need anything crazy when it comes to like a Class 10 card or anything like that, PNY has quite a bit of SD cards for sale on Best Buy's website, of all places to buy electronics. Best Buy unfortunately has really good deals right now, which is very surprising. But they actually have free shipping, and you get it by May, which is Monday, May the 4th. Ha ha. All right, so the other thing about these PNY cards, again, remember they're not Class 10, they're Class 3. I don't think I've seen anyone that's been bigger than that. But, they do have some pretty decent thumb drives that are USB 3.0, 3.0. Like this 128 gig 3.0. That's not terrible. $15? That's not too bad. 256 for 30? Yeah, not terrible. So, you might want to check that out. PNY has a link to it on their Twitter page. But that was what they were posting about today. The other thing was that I found on the Newegg, let's go here first, the Shell Shockers, which sometimes it's a good time and other times it's not so great. Today I found the Patriot memory, which isn't, it's not bad memory, but it's actually really good clock speed. As far as I can tell, 4133 is actually a pretty ridiculously high megahertz clock speed for this RAM, and for 16 gigs at $100, that's not a bad deal right there. And you can buy 3. So, you want $32 or 32 gigs of RAM, $200, get you in pretty good shape. That's not too bad, not a bad thing. So, but also wanted to say thanks for everybody joining us today. Everybody in the chat. I know I don't address everybody as quickly and as well as I should, but everybody that's here, I got Zach and I got John. Thank you. Your package went out today, by the way. It should be there hopefully in a couple days. Mike, again, thanks for sharing us. Celtic, and Travis, again, you're awesome. Oh, speaking of Travis, okay, let's talk about that for a second. His cable mod that we have here, he actually coiled these cables himself, which I think are actually pretty neat, especially because of like what my setup is. Literally it comes out of the mouse, or out of the keyboard into the mouse, or out of the whatever. Anyways, the mouse connects to the keyboard relatively short run, so it's only like a 6 to 10 inch run, or what would that be in centimeters? I don't know, 19 centimeter run or something like that, to in order to get to your mouse from your keyboard, right? So with all of this excess wiring. What do you do with it? Well, Travis actually came up with a great idea to coil them, kind of like aviation cables. Or if you have the really nice headphones for like NASCAR and that type of thing, obviously they have this type of coil. That way, you're not having all this extra length. But he actually did this himself. And what I'm going to do is not next Friday, this Friday, I'm going to have him on, and hopefully we're going to be able to get a live tutorial on how he actually did this. Because he had a custom little setup here with a heat gun and everything like that. And I wanted him to explain it because this is pretty cool. I've never really thought about doing it myself. It's a great idea. So that I thought would be a cool little thing that we could share together and that we could, show off and he could talk about. Because I think they look pretty sweet. I mean, that's not a bad looking cable coil. I can imagine that it's probably just coming straight from his monitor to his keyboard and then his keyboard to his mouse. So it's like that's an awesome solution for that. So again, thanks Travis, and make sure you join us on Friday for that because he will be here. We'll talk to him about it quickly, and hopefully he'll be able to give us a quick tutorial. Okay, so if that's done, we're done with that. Okay, this thing that I found, which I mean, it looks interesting. I guess what it is it's supposed to be a ergonomical mouse, right? So you hold your mouse like this typically. Well, you're supposed to like hold it like this, I guess. I don't really know, but the photos is kind of what I really got caught up on here because like, all right, yeah, that's pretty cool. Whoa, that looks insinuating. Anyways, moving on. So that thing's on sale as well. $12, $13. You can get yourself a nice ergonomical keyboard or mouse thing that looks like you're grabbing something. Anyways, moving on. The other cool thing that I found today was the 88 or Adafruit is actually going to be making RGB fiber optic masks, which is pretty cool. They have actually come quite a long way in order to make RGB clothing, and actually like fiber optic LEDs on clothing. So that's actually pretty neat that they're going to be doing this. And they have like an entire video on it and tell you all about it and how they're doing it. Obviously, they're not anything in production just yet, but I mean it's something that's pretty cool. I thought they were awesome. So I wanted to share that with you as well. And again, that's something that's new and different. I wonder if you can like push a button and it like changes it and does like LED effects or something. I don't know. Who knows? But we'll see. See what happens. Maybe I can order one next time they're available or whatever, and maybe I'll wear one and wire it in. Then maybe we can wear it and then wire it into the keyboard and then wire it into the mouse and then wire it into all the other RGB software that doesn't work together ever, and then we'll make it all really break. That'd be fun, right? I don't know. The other cool thing I saw today was that, well, I say cool. I had really high hopes because the Steel Series was coming out with Cyberpunk stuff. And I'm like, whoa, I'm really hyped up about Cyberpunk. That'd be really cool. I wonder if they're like making an awesome keyboard because like I still use a Steel Series, just a black El Gennaro clicky clack keyboard, and man, I love it. And I wonder if they'll be making a Cyberpunk Steel Series keyboard. My hopes were then crushed because well, all they're doing is making headphones. Okay, that's cool. I like the headphones. They look like you put a logo or a design on them, and all right, good job, guys. That was fun. It was short-lived, but I mean, some of them look all right. The Miltech look all right, but yeah, exactly, Travis. Meh. Take it or leave it. The other cool thing that I did see is that I saw that on PC Test Bench. If you were here last Friday, we were talking to Paulie about the crazy monitor from AOC that he got. That is pretty awesome looking. I'm not gonna lie, it looks incredible. His write up that he did on PC Test Bench is pretty in depth and really knows or really goes into the color quality and the refresh rates and how awesome this monitor actually is. The problem is that when we were talking about it, we were saying it's like a really relatively cheap monitor for like I don't know 450 something like that, 500 bucks. So I'm like, all right, well, where can I find this monitor? So I immediately go to Amazon, just like every other chooch. So I went to Amazon. I'm like, oh, okay, where is it? Wow, that's not $400. That's not even $600. That's That's $900. Holy cow! And then I started looking, and I'm like, wait, none of them are actually from AOC themselves. So I wonder if they sold out of this monitor like that, and no one can pretty much get their hands on them anymore. Which is very, very possible. Nowadays when everybody's sitting at home and really looking to, play some games and enjoy themselves at home, they want a nice screen to enjoy it on. And this was definitely one of the best bangs for your buck that you could find out there. However, if you're not really worried about the 144 hertz at 4K and that resolution, you can get a slightly smaller one. The 32-inch, it's the 2K version, but it's still 144 hertz, and it also actually has really good reviews as well. I don't know. I don't think Paulie had the 32. I'm pretty sure he had the crazy one, the 34. But this one still is relatively priced. Well, it's priced reasonably. That's for sure. I mean, 500 bucks. That's not too terribly bad. However, if I'm gonna spend $500 on something like that, I'm probably not going to spend $500 on it. I'm going to spend more on it because I want the 144 hertz at 4K. I mean that's pretty much what everybody wants. Now having a computer that can play that's a whole different story. Not going to happen. Pretty much. I mean, a lot of computers are getting taxed quite heavily when it comes to doing 4K gaming at 144 because it's just unbelievable processing power that you need. But still, maybe we'll see this come back in stock from AOC themselves and actually get it from them directly, and you might have it at a reasonable price. But again, as you see, yeah, that's a little expensive for my taste. So, what are you gonna do, right? That's Travis Cable. Again, we're going to talk to him on Friday. Again, thanks for being here, Travis. And I saw Maven and I saw John and everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm going to have him on Friday, and we're going to talk about this again. The other thing that I wanted to push was that let's see if this actually plays, because I thought this was hilarious from PCMR. Oh, you can't you can't hear any of that. So let's try it again. Hold on.
CES 2020, another year of people coming together all over the world to celebrate their love for technology. They come from far and wide to see the latest and greatest that tech companies have to offer. All these people. All these people. There's just so many people here. How am I supposed to get quality one-on-one time with the best gaming hardware? And there's this cool MSI monitor I'd like to check. What if I sneak in and spend the night at their booth?
This is one of the most entertaining videos that I've seen in a while. This is from our friend Pedro at PCMR, and he does a quick review about the MSI booth that was on display during CES, the monitors and the pre-builts and everything like that. He did some pretty cool stuff. So make sure you check out that video as well. He did a pretty awesome job doing that, and it's pretty funny too. He's actually in a onesie, so it's worth watching just that part. The last thing I'm going to talk about is that we're still doing the t-shirt design contest. The t-shirt design contest with Mayhem's Solutions. They make some incredible fluid. They have helped us out tremendously, and we're working with them hand in hand to do a design contest to make a actual modding t-shirt. I mean, look. Watercool's got a cool one, and it says Watercool on the back. It looks really awesome, but ModMyMods doesn't have one yet. and neither does Mayhem's. So what the whole point of the contest is that if you have any sort of design skills and you want to take part in this awesome contest, what you can do is you can submit a design to the Facebook page. The Facebook page is actually right here on our website. You can just click it. It goes directly to the Mayhem Solutions page, and you just post your design underneath there. The logo you can get it right from this link here, which brings you to the image. Boom, right there. Imager. I don't know. It'll bring you right there. You can grab the logo from that. You can be as cheeky or as inappropriate as you want to. You can do whatever you'd like, but make sure you submit it because it's actually going until the end of next month. And if you do win, you'll get 2 of the t-shirts that you actually made a design for, and then you'll also get a $250 gift card to ModMyMods. So if you're doing a new build, or you're trying to do a new build, or you're just thinking about upgrading parts of your computer, definitely worth it. Definitely give it a shot. It's something cool to take a look at, something you can be a part of, and hey, you might actually win something too. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? The absolute last part, sorry, there's one more thing. I actually have been playing this unbelievable easy game, which, as you can hear, is louder than heck. Let's turn that down just a little bit. It is actually called Wartech Fighter. Wartech Fighters. So it's like Gundam Wing takes Armored Core and tries to make it a computer game. And yes, it's called WTF. That's exactly what it is. However, it is kind of entertaining, mildly entertaining, because you actually have like mechs in it, and you can customize stuff. The actual gameplay is okay. It's not terrible, but you have this unbelievable amount of grinding that you have to do. I've only played just maybe about an hour of the game so far, but I am like nowhere near being able to do all of these upgrades. Each class has a different pro and con to it. You have this is my mech, I don't know, fighter, warfighter, whatever, that I put together, and you can change the colors, you can change the weapons, you can change his head, which has different, abilities to it. It's actually on sale currently in Steam, and that was kind of why I was trying to bring it up, is that it's actually really cheap. I think it was like $6 instead of 20. So it's not bad when it comes to, trying to play a game that's decently new and looks mildly entertaining. So I will show you just I don't know, I'll probably die in the first 5 minutes here because I think I have it on hard. But I thought that we would enjoy this for a second. Oh, of course. There we go. And see what we got. Because to be honest with you, I don't really know. I'm not really sure how to feel about it. The voice acting is awful, horrendous, terrible. Get it out of here. But there are some decent gameplays, and I mean, like I said, if you liked Gundam Wing, it was it definitely kept my attention for a little bit. Some asteroids or spaceships can release raw materials. Okay, so it's like currency. Alright, let's go here. Of course, this is going to be one of those missions where you have to just like go mine all the stuff, and you don't actually get to like do anything fun, like destroy ships or anything. Yesterday, before I went to bed, I actually got to play where like 4 battle cruisers came in, and I was shooting all sorts of crazy ships all at the same time, and like certain ships you have to destroy multiple parts of it and stuff like that before you can actually destroy the ship itself, which is kind of cool. Again, they're mildly entertaining. The graphics are pretty incredible. If you liked Gundam Wing or Armored Core or anything like that, it was it wasn't too bad. It was worth the $6 to just go and play for a little bit. So, there we go. Now I get to show you some fun things. You get to see the ships you haven't seen before, close up like that. Ooh, bring it, son. Alright, cool. So when you get them low enough, you can do cutscenes like that, and like destroy them with your sword, which is mildly entertaining. Oops. And then you also have rockets, like that, which is fun. And then you have different rockets, like heat sinking, or not necessarily heat sinking, but boom. You have a shield, you have a sword. It's fun. You know, but again, it's very grindy. You have to do a lot of work in order to get, like, with little yield. But again, I did die. I died a few times yesterday, just screwing around with this game. But it was fun. It's not bad. Again, $6? Yeah, I'll take it. Take it. Alright, where we go? Let's go over here. What's yours?
Find the sealed container.
What? Find the container.
Resources container found.
Okay. Oh. Alright, well that was really easy. One thing I haven't figured out how to do yet is like do spins, like roll around. I really want to do that. I think that would be fun. There we go. Okay, there's one. Where's the other one? Where? Oh, it's over here. Whoa! Well, that's not very nice, now is it? What? But I can't shoot them while they're not... That's not very nice. You have to wait for them to get into the circle. Hi-ya! Yes, you just got Jackie Chan kicked in the face. Alright, let's go open this while they're... Oh, you have to kill all the enemies nearby? That's unfortunate. Ow. Ow. Oh, I see. So you have to, like, line up the thingies in order to get it to open. Oh. They're attacking the main ship! RTB! Let's go! So you get 3 different classes. You get the light, the medium, and the heavy. I'm the heavy guy because, well, I like to just run in, guns blazing. And, yeah, punch the ship out of the air, because why not? But each one has their pros and cons. This one runs out of energy relatively quickly, which is uppercut. Oh, more? Okay, alright. Come on, I just want you to send another mech to me because that's more fun. When you actually have to fight another guy, it's more entertaining. You get to do like a sword fight and blocking and that type of thing. I mean, that doesn't get old. I mean, the animations get old because it continues to do relatively the same attack until you get different swords and different shields and that type of thing. But yay, I got some XP and money with the dash through it. So, you know, again, worth the $6. Absolutely, I would buy it, and I did. So, it's not bad. Don't expect to play this game for like hours on end. But it is fun to do just a couple here and there, and to enjoy yourself, you know, for the time being. So, that being said, I appreciate everybody joining me here today for the ModMyMods news update. Hopefully you had a little bit of fun and a little bit of entertainment during the show today. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. Send them through our Instagram or our Facebook, Discord, whatever. Send it to me. I'd like to see if I can make the show better for you. Otherwise, I will see you guys on Friday. So stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you soon.